Hi, I'm Sierra Williams. I'm the head of Children's Services and Outreach here at the Red Bank Public Library, but I'm also a longtime resident of Red Bank, New Jersey. And so this program is really born out of my deep care and concern for my community, as well as for all the kids who are growing up in our world today. Because we're really living in historic times in all kinds of ways, but this program is focused on issues of race and equality and social justice. And I think the natural tendency of young parents is to shield and protect their kids from all the craziness that's going on in the world today. But in this age of social media, that's pretty impossible. And so what happens when parents don't engage on these issues and stay silent is that their kids start to think that they're okay with what's going on out there. And then they start to fill their heads with all the noise that they're getting online. And we just can't afford to let that happen. I really believe that kids are our hope for the future, and they need to know what their family's values are and where their families stand on these important issues and what's expected of them when they see things and hear things out in the wider world. And so conversations have to happen, but we all know that conversations about race can be uncomfortable, and a lot of times people don't know where to start. So this program is meant to offer conversation starters by reading books. We know that reading helps us to learn. We learn about ourselves, we learn about others, we ask questions, we find answers, and ultimately, I think we find hope. So our programs are recorded. They're posted online on our Facebook page and our YouTube channel. So every family can have their own conversation. They're short, under 30 minutes to allow for short attention spans, and they're recommended for ages 7 and up. I choose the books that I read based on what's in the news, awareness and appreciation months, holidays that are coming up, and also just random topics that I think are important to talk about, like what is it like to be mixed, or conversations about hair or colorism and things like that. But definitely over time, consistent themes have come up throughout the books that we've been reading, and those are noted on the poster. I hope you'll take a look at them. And then I also try to use always some sort of prop or demonstration to kind of reinforce those themes and engage the audience and keep them from getting bored of listening to my voice and looking at my face. But I do think that hearing other voices from our community, especially of young people, can be very impactful. And so we have partnered with a high school student who read in English and Spanish and talked about her advocacy for young immigrants and dreamers. We had a patron who's an expert in local Native American cultures, and she talked to us about food traditions after I read the book Fry Bread. And then just last month, I had a young college student talk to us about her experiences growing up in our town as an Asian American, and that was wonderful. And so the program has gotten a lot of good feedback and responses from those who've watched it, and that's been great. But it has been challenging for me as a person of color because I think about race naturally every day, but this has just taken it up a notch to where I'm really paying attention to the news, delving into stories and issues, trying to find books that are relevant and figure out what we're going to talk about in the next session. I definitely am scouring new releases for good books. I found so many to add to our collection and to read in this program. I've also looked at websites, articles, blogs, listened to podcasts, and attended programs, and done so much research about talking to kids on the issue of race. And so some of the excellent resources that I've found are linked on this poster, and I encourage you to take a look at those. And I just want to thank you for your interest in this program. If you'd like to see a session or two, there's a link on the title of the program on the poster. I always leave each session with some peace and love, and so this is for you. Take some and pass it on.